Welcome to MHR Design. In this video, we will be talking about a concept of need and want, and we are going to see why do bigger companies stress a lot upon user research to understand the needs of the customer and why it is so important. So, by the end of this video, you will understand why do companies actually do user research while they are designing the product, or maybe doing anything like that where user research is needed, where the requirement and need of user is important to be understood by the company. So starting with a very basic one, so what is the need? So need is something which is like it's a feeling of lack of something, like a feeling of deprivation. If you are feeling that you need something because you lack something, right? Now it starts with the basic needs, but then it goes upon as like if you create your environment, something like that, you live in such and such environment, your needs change, but obviously starts with the basic one. But then again, need is something, like, in simple words, a feeling of deprivation, a feeling of lack of something. Right now that you're lacking something, you will want to have something to fulfill that gap and to feel satisfied. Right, you will want to have some product to satisfy your need. Now, for example, just to understand this, there is a person A who wants to travel, who has to travel a lot, so he wants to buy a car. A person B also wants to buy a car, but what now after need comes the wants, right? You need something, so you want something, right? Now this want is going to be different for both these people basis the capability, their purchasing power, their buying power, right? If this person is like having a very lower income and this person is a very rich person, now even though they both need a car, this person is going to buy a very simple affordable car, but this person, affordable in the sense like affordable in general, cheaper car, but this person is going to buy a very high-end car, right? So even though the want, or even though the need was same, their want is going to be different, which is going to depend upon their purchasing power. But not just that, coming after the money becomes a common factor, other two things which becomes a common factor is the culture, their build-up, and their personality and their individuality. The want becomes different there as well. So, if there are two people who need something and they have the same amount of money, but since their build-up is different, their personality is different, they have a certain individual characters, their own culture, they are going to go two different paths. So, this person, if this person is, for example, just a very simple example, you are hungry, right? If this person is hungry, this person is hungry, that's their need. This person wants food, this person wants food, that's their want, right? They have the same amount of money. But if this person lives in America, they are going to buy a burger or something like that. If this person lives in India, they're going to go for some rice or something like that. If this person lives in China, some Chinese food or something like that. So now the want not just depends on the money, but it also depends on the culture. It also depends on the personality, individuality. Now, when we are coming to personality, there are thousands of personalities. Like it's very difficult to find someone who is very similar to you. Now at that point, we are going to come to the demand part. So now that you need something, you are wanting something, and this want creates a demand in the market. Now, when a demand is going to be generated in the market, the companies want to tap into those demands and make their products that that to supply something to satisfy those demands. Now, how the companies are going to know what is going to be the demand? They are going to tap into users' needs, and that's why in the beginning of the video, as I said, companies do a lot of user research, customer research, and tap and do these interviews of users to understand their needs and their requirements to develop their products to fulfill customer needs and have a supply in the market to the demands that are going to be generated due to those needs. So everything in this way is going to be a lot and lot is going to have a lot of connections. So I think the concept of why do companies do research is clear. Maybe a lot of things and thoughts you might have, please add it in the comment section and do like, share, and subscribe to my channel.